Okay, so I have, excuse me, I have all the pieces for the Printmaker, what came with the Printmaker. So this is the actual Printmaker. It came with this guide ruler, I guess you would call it. And it also came with this small one where you can use these different widths to go with the ribbon or washi tape or whatever you want to put things on. So that was all part of the package that I got. I got, I think I said in the previously, I got the blank ribbons, and then I'm going to try it on other ribbon besides, but I'll start out with these. I did get an extra ink cartridge because I don't know how long they last. And then this one is the washi tape, blank washi tape. I also got the magnetic little pad like, and I'll get to that later. But this is the stuff that came with it when you got it from HSN. So I want to set some of this aside for the moment and open this up. And on here, on the back, it has the web address, internet address for putting the app on your computer or on your phone. And you have to, I have mine here on the phone. My grandson bought it. So I have the app on the phone because even if you use it on your computer to design and work on so you have a bigger screen, you have to print from the phone. But we'll get into that in a little bit. So let me just get that out of the way. I just wanted to make mention of that. So, and here's another place for downloading the app, and you can use the little QR code to get there. And it wants you to charge it up first, install the ink, and then pair it. I'm going to put the ink in first while I'm recording. And then there's, let me move this closer. There's information here about the different pieces and so on. And it comes in a nice padded top. So the machine, the ink, there's nothing else down in there. So it really is packaged nicely. Let me just get this out of the way. And this is the little cleaner holder, I guess. So you have these little cleaners, and there's a bunch of them in here. And so you would put one on the cleaner, on this little, I'm going to call it the cleaner. And it's got a little tab on each side, and that's where it would go through the slots. I'm assuming. I'm going to set that aside. I did see a video where someone just used this without this part, and I think you're really much easier to use it that way. And then your charger cable, I can tell you, it's a shorty just by looking at it. So it's a USB charger, and you can see it's not too bad, maybe a foot long, 12 inches long or so. And so this is the machine, this is the holder. If you turn it over, you can see it's got a lock and unlock. So you have to turn it to unlock it to get it out. And this is where the ink is going to go in. So let me move this tape around here first. And I'm just going by what I've seen so far. I do know that you have to have it in the lock position when, oh, sorry about the rain in the background. You have to be in the lock position for it to charge. So that's one thing I learned along the way. So I'm just going to set that down for now. And I can see on this side, you can see there's a little protrusion, and you can see the little pin sticking out, which would go to that part. So it would go on that way, and it won't work if you put it on the wrong way. And you can easily see that little gray piece, and there's a little gray section there. I'm just going to set it there now. And open this up. And I'll have to do this video in parts. You won't know, but so I'll be stopping because I know it won't run until it's fully charged. So your ink is like any other type of ink that you get where you have to peel off this little piece there. And it says, all right, it says to match the purple with the purple. So I think I've got to take this. Is there a bottom section? Let's see. Oh, here we go. So this side comes off. There, now it makes sense. So you can see the purple, two purple lines. And if you look inside, let's see, see down right here, where it's got that little gold spot. So I'm assuming this is going to go to that. So if I put this in, and it says to line up the purple of the ink to these purple marks. See if I got it right. Oh, and then it just snaps in. So I wanted to get that part done. I guess I should have paid more attention than that. Okay, so you know that the black part is going on the bottom. So you see this little black part. Oh, it's like it's magnetized. Oh, I can see how it's got the little metal in there? There, so watch. Oh, and you see, I can get it so far. And it magnetizes in. Well, that's pretty neat. So I'm going to go ahead, put this on the way it's supposed to be. Oh, I think that I'm supposed to clean, let's see, install the ink. We're going to move we did all that. Line the purple to the purple. Click. Okay. So after you put the cover back on, you're going to give it a little wipe. That was me reading half out loud, half to myself. Sorry about that. So that clips on like so. Holds it on there pretty tight. And then it says, wipe print head with wipe and wipe handle. So this is the wipe handle. Oh yeah, check that out. So I think that's all you need to do. So it gives it a little wipe, and I can see you wouldn't want to use that again. Though you could, I suppose, after it dries, you could turn it over and use the other side, but it pretty well went right through. So I'm going to get rid of that. Oh. And then it says, put it into charge. So I'm going to go ahead and hook it up to charge. I'm going to put my little white handle or holder in with the white so that doesn't get lost. And I'll go ahead and get this charged up and get the app loaded onto my computer, and I'll be back. Okay, so I stopped a little bit too soon. I just wanted to remind you that you have to turn this to the locked position in order to charge. And see, now it won't come apart. But you have to have it in the locked position. And you can easily see it's a padlock that's unlocked and a padlock that's locked. And the charging port is right here. That's pretty simple. and I'm going to go ahead and do that. I just didn't want to forget to remind you to put it on the lock position. Okay, so I got the Printmaker already charged up and ready to go. I've unlocked it. On the back. So and that just means you turn the black part. That's all set. So I'm going to put this aside. I can't remember if I showed this, but this is the little case you can get. And I don't recall that it was especially expensive. I want to say it was under $20. It has a little pocket here to put your charger cable in, because it is kind of small. So I'm trying to keep my charger cables with whatever they're supposed to go with, or I'm going to have to start making labels for them all and put them in one place. But so far, most everything I have has a place for it. And I got out all my supplies. Now, this is the guide that came with it. And shoot, now I can't remember now. We'll have to go back to the beginning of the video. This is the part that you put your different ribbons in. And at first I thought, well, geez, there's a lot of sizes. But it really is, let me set some of these aside. It really is made, there's a left and a right. And they have a place to hook on so that when you put your ribbon in, so you would feed it down and then back up again. And I'll do this in a couple minutes. And then your Printmaker fits in the slot, and you just hold this ribbon and slide along. And of course, I wouldn't have all this stuff in my way. So it keeps the ribbon nice and straight in the little holders. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But I just wanted to show you that there's the same size for each side, so they're in pairs. So let me set those aside. Now, this was an extra purchase. It's a magnetic, I'll call it a table, magnetic mat, and it has a magnetic, it clings to it, and it has a ruler with inches, and it has one with centimeters. And it also came with this longer guide. So this one is 12 inches. This one is 6.5. And both of them, because they have the little metal pieces, in the center it has little grips, and here it has metal pieces. And that, if maybe you can hear it, when it says it sticks to it, it's picking up the whole mat and everything. So and again, the Printmaker will go right inside of that. And you'll know you're going the right way if you can, and you see that there's like a little window right there, because that's where the light's going to shoot out. But also there's a little arrow that you can't see until it lights up. The words Printmaker are facing in the right direction, and there's an arrow going that way. So then you would just slide this across. Oh, I had it right the first time. Okay? Excuse me. But the first thing I want to address is how to download the program to your computer, because it's bigger than the tiny little screen. You will have to download it to, let me move in a little bit closer. Okay. You will have to also download it to your phone, because you can only print from your phone. You can't print from your computer. But on your phone, it won't turn over. On your phone, I mean, you can do it, but it's a little tiny. What I noticed was, and I'm going to show you when I go into the computer, is, so if you bought this from HSN, it came with a code, and it's on a little piece of paper, tells you what to do, and it gives you access for a year to everything that's on here, because there are some free things and there are some purchase things. Oh, that wasn't helpful, was it? So, you have to pardon me. I usually have my camera on my left, my bigger camera. I'm using a different one today. So that's the different collections they have. And if you're buying this from not the bundle with the code in it, you would purchase whichever ones you want. But there are free ones on there, and they put a new one on every month, I believe. And with that code, if you bought it from HSN as that bundle, you have access to the new ones. I believe they said there's one a month for 12 months from when you sign on. So you're going to download the app to your phone, and if you want to work from your phone, that's fine. I find it a little small. I'm just going to close that for a minute. Don't want to put that there. But I'm going to show you how I would have it on my computer so that I can see it. So let me switch over to my screen. Okay, so we're on the screen, and the address up here. Now you can type in to your search Printmaker, but make sure you go to the We Are Memory Keepers website, because you'll go to like 58 different places. If you want to write this down, and then you can bookmark it, the actual website is W-E-R is a letter R, memorykeepers.com. So wearememorykeepers.com, / that means the slash is going to the right, Printmaker. And it'll take you here. And you may be at this, like up here, but we're going to go down. And I want the online one, because that's the one you would use for your computer. And I've already logged, so excuse me. So it's not on my computer. I'm getting to it from my computer, as I should say. But you'll notice I only have a few of them here. And this I didn't get for the first day, because I'm thinking, well, what am I doing wrong? So I'd go to create and settings and everywhere else, and I couldn't find all of the things they were. Well, let me switch back to the camera for a minute. And let me get my phone. So when you see, where's my best place to be? When you see all of these, what you have to do is pick one. So I don't think I have the hip hip hooray. So I'm going to click on it, and over here it has download. And when I download it here, oh, it's out. It says downloaded. I couldn't see it from the side. So let me go back. Bear with me here a minute, because usually I just hit this and it takes me back. There we go. So if I go to home and I go to store, that's where you're going to see all of the collections that they have. And let's see, I don't think I have, I'll just pick a new one here. And a lot of these are lettering. So this one is 5th and Monaco, it says. So I'm just going to select that. And then over here, it says download. Okay. And let me just grab another one. And I would go through and just get them all on there, just go through and download them all. Because that would be easy. And there's a little X right there. And then it just brings you back. I would just go back to the home. This shows you now what I'm going to see on my computer in a minute. So the store part, this little store right here, Well, don't touch it. So there's an icon for the store. I don't have that on the computer app. So let me just close that for a second, and I go back to the store because I mean back to the computer, because this was the part I really was confused about, and once I realized I had to be on the phone and hit the download, I was okay. So if you put more in and they don't come up on your screen, just go up to the top. You see them up on the top left and hit your little refresh. And then they'll be added in. I think they came in already, but I wasn't looking. So if you have this open and you're downloading them, well, let's see. I've got one more spot there. So let's see. I'm just going to quickly go back to my phone. I'm not going to flip you back and forth. And let's see. I'm trying to find desserts. Okay, I'm going to put in desserts. So I'm just clicking it like I did before. Oh, no, that one's already done. Oh, well, see, apparently I only know how to pick one. Okay. Let's do retro icons. Okay, so it's retro icons. I'm going to download it, and let's see if it comes up right in this spot right here. So it says it's downloaded. I don't see it. So I'm going to come up and hit the refresh. And now so it's going to put them in alphabetical order. I can't really tell. No, not really. But remember, I had a spot here, and now I don't. And it was called, see that? I told you, and then I forgot already. It was called, retro icons. Oh, so it's right here. So it didn't put it in this spot that was empty on this side. It put it there. So if you have, if you download some, just make sure you refresh this, or don't have it open yet when you download them from your phone. And I'm assuming you can download from anywhere because this software, this program is on the internet, so it isn't like you have to have your computer with you. But it's much easier to work on this in a big fashion. So let me just grab, we might as well go with retro icons. Okay, so up the top here, you're going to have 2, and sometimes there's 3 tabs. So don't forget to look at them. So I'm just going to scroll over. And you'll notice that some of them are sideways, and that's so that they come out bigger. Because if you took this soda bottle right here, this big soda bottle, and you put it going vertical instead of horizontal, it'd be a little tiny thing. And you can do the same thing with letters. So I'm gonna grab this bicycle. And now let me go back. So I'm going to grab this bicycle, and I'm going to do, so let me go to create, because then I can go in and edit them. So here's what's going to happen. You have this space. Now, the top to bottom is a 1/2 inch. It can't be any bigger. It can be smaller, but it can't be any bigger. It's this width. So if I want these more than one bicycle, as it is right now, it's going to make the space here and the space here. So that would mean, let me move this over, that this would be the space between this and the next bicycle. So I want to shorten my canvas. So I came right down to the bottom and picked canvas. I'm going to come over and I'm just going to make it, about that distance. So this is the distance between this bicycle and the next bicycle. I can also come down to the bottom and let's see what happens when I go into color. So I can color my background. So let's see if, that colored the whole bicycle. That's wild. Let's see if my undo works. Okay, my undo feature doesn't work. So I went up here and did no color. Right here, do you see this? With a little cross. So if I pick the color, because I just want to see what happens, and then I go, I didn't want to do that. This is going to take out any color because it really is putting the color, in this case, on top of the bicycle that's already there. So let's see if I can touch my canvas down here again. So I'm on canvas, which is, you see now I've got the blue lines around the background. So if I wanted to color that, I could. So I could actually make something, like if I was doing a ribbon and I had white ribbon, I could really turn it into yellow ribbon. I'm not sure, I have no idea yet how long the cartridge lasts for the ink. So I'm just going to put mine, again, I want it back to no color, like that, okay? So let me just close that. So now this is ready to print. So I'm going to save it. Up at the top, I'm going to hit save. And I'm going to give it a name. This pops up automatically, so I'm just going to call it bicycle. Can't see where I am. Okay, I was trying to read my little screen. I couldn't see. And I'm going to hit done. And I have, I made a couple of folders, so I'm going to put it in this practice folder. So if I'm back where it says file up the top, so I went right here, file, so I can make a new file. So if I'm making Sarah's birthday stuff, I can make a folder called Sarah's birthday stuff or whatever. Trust me, it's always easier in the beginning to make some folders than it is to try to find stuff after 2 months from now when you've been playing around. So now, because I can't send it, let me just hit home. So now see, it's in my practice folder. So if I open up my practice folder, there's my 2 practice things that I did, and close it right over here. So let's switch back because we have to do this. We have to actually print through the phone. So let's go back to the camera. And let's try the ribbon since we got the ribbon out. So let's try this ribbon. So when you feed the ribbon, now this is satin ribbon and it has a shiny side and it has a dull side. And really, neither side is correct. Obviously the shiny one is probably, but it doesn't make it wrong to use the more satiny side. But we'll use the shiny side. So I'm going to thread it in. And then thread it back out. Now I'm going to, let me zoom back out again. Oops, sorry. And I'm going to leave the ribbon on the roll because I don't want to cut it and then have like 4 inches left over. Because I'm going to have some what I call waste on this side. Okay. So we got our ribbon ready, and what's going to happen is we're going to go right across here. So I'll take the magnetic mat out of the way for now because you might not have it. Okay? And let's see, I haven't done this yet, so let's see how this works out. So I'm going to go into my phone, and I know you can't see it that well because the phone is kind of small. I'm going to go back to my, let's see, I'm going to go back to my main menu, so I'm going to go to Home, just so I know where I am now. And here's the newest edition is right here on this side. So I'm going to go to Create. Well, maybe not. See, I'm new at this, so let's go back to Home, and let's find my practice. And there's my bicycle. And I hope that's not yellow. Let me double check. So it shows my canvas is yellow. So what I did is, down at the very bottom, I'm trying to make this so it's not glaring on you. It says Tools, and it says Canvas. I want to hit my canvas. I want to hit the color. And remember, we had that circle with the red line through it. I don't want any color. I already have a blue ribbon. Okay? And then, let's see. Oh, right here, the bottom, it says Print, right where my thumb is. So I'm going to hit Print. And I don't know why that's on black. But I want to repeat. So let's say I want 3. Okay, now I'm going to send it to the printer. Yep. It'd help if I turn the printer on. Yep. There we go. Took a minute. Okay. So I didn't have the printer on. You can see the little light is blinking. So now it says preparing. So you see the light. Oh, and did you hear it? It reminds me of like R2D2. My daughter used to call it R2D2. So it was flashing, and now it did its little beep, flashed, did another little beep. Now this is solid. So I'm going to take this over, and I'm going to put it in the little, and come this way. Oh, lost my ribbon. So I make sure I have enough ribbon on hand here. There we go. Okay, so you can see the light. So I know I'm going in the right direction. I'm going to, with my left hand, I'm holding the ribbon. Okay. Oh, just ran into the camera. I put some stuff, I grabbed some stuff to see what to see what we could print on. Okay, so I'm holding the ribbon down on the left side. So now I need to push it again, and you can hear it makes little noises. And then it makes another little noise, and the little light is green. So I'm just going to go, oh. So I'm only laughing because Caspian and I the other day, he wanted to take the sleigh and see how far he could stretch it. And so apparently that was still in there from last time. But it is quite a ways before it starts printing. So I'm going to stick this back a little ways. All right. And let me resend that. Oh, because it still says preparing. So I'm going to close out where I was. So now I'm back to the bicycle and back to the print. Let's see if we can get this right. And I want 3 of them. Send to printer. All right, so I'm not connected. So let me check I'm going to do close. Let me check my Bluetooth settings, and I'll come right back. Okay, so I should probably do this with you. So let me, because this is going to, if it happens to me, it happens to all of us. So let me come down a little bit so you can see my screen a little better. And again, I'm trying to do it without glare. So I'm going to come over to the beginning, and I'm going to come down to the menu. I'm going to come down to the settings. Well, maybe. Here we go. And it says right here, no printer connected. So I want to make sure the printer is on. Connect to a printer. And it found a printer, Printmaker, so I'm going to do connect. And my Bluetooth is asking me if I can pair it, if it's all right to pair it, and yes. So now let me go back out again. So my printer was flashing. So it says connected to the printer. So I would guess, why is that so blurry? Sorry. I would guess that, let me come in a little bit further. I would guess that you probably should turn your printer on before you go into your program. I don't know, because I've only been in it once. I don't know if you have to pair it up every time, or if you put this on first and then open your app, that will work better. Okay, so now I'm going to go print, and I want 3, send to printer. Okay, so remember how it said preparing it never stop? So now it moved on to, and when it says sent, and I'm done printing. So for now, I'm just going to set that aside. This already made a bunch of noises, and I'm just going to move this down. So I got to remember to press this before you print. It sent it, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's ready to go. It'll do the little beep beep thing, and then the green light comes on. And then I think I have to press it again. Oh, and see, it did do it with that black. So I've got to figure out why it did that. So let's go, I'm done printing. And this, I don't want any color. So maybe I have to I'm going to pick white this time, because it won't print white. Okay, so I picked, okay, so let me go back. So if we go in and I pick this no color, and then we go to print and see how it comes up. You can barely see it, but it's black and you can barely see that the bicycle's there. So whatever is here is how it's going to show up. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to come back here again. I'm going to click on where it says canvas and the color. And this time I'm going to pick white, because the printer isn't going to print white. Let's hope. And now it doesn't really look different there, but when I hit print, you see now you can see the bicycle. So let's do 3 again and send to printer. And it says preparing. And it's doing this little beep, beep, beep. And when it comes up, I'm done printing. You're set to go. I'm going to come back. And you can see where the light is, where that's going to start printing. So I just took that bicycle that wasn't any good. Oh, I got to move back over here again. And I just went past it, so I have plenty to hold on to. I got to push this to print. Now, let's see if it prints without me hitting that button. Okay, so it didn't, I don't think. So let me hit that, and then I hit the green again. I'm not positive. Oh yeah, and there's my little bicycles. And I have to say, they're a little blurry. And I splodged the whole mess down here. So I'm going to try this ribbon. This is satin ribbon, and the other side isn't so satiny. So let's see. Let's get rid of that, because you see what that, it all ran together. Well, that was me stopped in one spot there. And it's like everything, you know, learn as you go. So now I'm running it through. So let me put that back. Now I'm going to run it through upside down. So now the shiny side is down. And I'm printing the same thing again. So let's see how that looks. Okay. And I'm going to have to look, because I don't remember, like I said, this is the only second time I've used it, whether I push that button again. So I'm going to do, oh, yeah. So the green went off. I got to push it again. So it says, you know, don't take all day. Okay, so I don't have to push it. Once it's green, I don't have to push the button. And they came out much better on this. So let me just cut that, and I'll show you a little closer. And remember, we're on blue, so it won't be as crystal clear. But that looks much better than it's not blurry at all. Okay? So let's do it. I'm going to do it on a piece of paper. So I'm going to just put this back up there. I'm going to put that out of the way. And I'll get out the ribbon that I bought when I bought the printer. But I'm going to use my magnetic mat, and I'm going to do the same bicycles, piece of paper. So I can always hold the paper down. If I want to, I can hold the paper down. So let's say I want it to run along right there. So what I can do in this case, I believe, is I'm going to run the printer right along the edge of this magnet, because it's probably about an eighth of an inch thick. So I'm going to set this down so I can feel that. Well, I don't think that's really going to hold it, because it's lifted up. So let me just use this guy. The nice thing with this part is it tells you where it's going to start printing. So I'm going to bring it in about half an inch. Well, let me center it roughly. I'll tell you that this magnet really sticks down. It gets to a certain spot and it just works without you. So you see my paper is right here. And I was concerned that if I had the printer off the paper as I went across, it would lift the paper. But using this, and it comes with the printer, using that, I don't have to worry about that. Because this is holding everything down, even if you're holding it down on the table. So I have it, so it's going to start, because I've got the printer into the corner, I can see the light starts right at the 0. So I used from the 0 to the end and made the same space left and right to center it. So we'll see. So ready to print. I forgot I only had 3. I could have done continuous. And I'm just going to put that back up there. And so there's my little there's my little bicycles in a row. Now let's see if I can try it. I want to add 3 more bicycles on. I'm going to take that 0 line and I'm going to put it the same distance, hopefully. between, I have to stand up to this one. I'm going to put the same distance to start as the other ones. And this is something you're going to have to kind of get used to. I'm guessing that the bicycle's in the center of this opening. So I got the 0 starting with a little space after the last bike. And see, the light shows. And that's pretty close. That's probably 1/16 of an inch off or so. So you could keep going, keep going, keep going. So let's send, let me get this is the ribbon that I purchased when I got it's called blank, so you can print on it. It's sort of, it's more woven. It's not a grosgrain, it's woven. So let's see how that works. And let's send something different. Well, let me just take something right from the phone, because if I'm not doing a lot, I should be able to go right from the phone. So I'm going to go to Create. I'm going to go Home first. And let's see. Let's go into the little dog one. And I'm going to do this carrot, just so you can see. Well, yeah. Let me see what else we got. Ooh, a snake. Well, let's do a turtle. What the heck? So I'm going to do a turtle, and I'm going to do 3 again just because. So now I can I'm going to send it to the printer. Okay, and you could hear it, and you saw it work. And in this, it says sent, and I'm done printing, so I can set that aside. And I got to set my little system up here again. Do I have the right size? Let me. So I'm going to have to go with this largest size. So I'm going to have to be a little more. Oh no, this is the right size. I was going to say I was caught in between. I grabbed the wrong one. And again, these just clip on. Oh. They clip on until you knock them off. Oh, there we go. So I'm guessing that these little track things, guides, are like the average ribbon. So that one's probably the 1/2 inch or 5/8, probably 5/8 maybe, or an inch. I'm sorry. What is it? So the biggest one's an inch, the next one's 1/2 inch, and I'm going to guess this little one's a 1/4 inch. Okay, so we're ready to go again. And the words, you can't see them. I can see them, you can't. But the word Printmaker is here, and the arrow going to the right, so you know which way is up. I'm going to move down a little bit. Get some ribbon ready. And the light is on. Can you see the little light? So I'm going to go ahead and push the button. Okay, it's green. And there's my little turtles. So if I wanted to add more turtles, let's see if I can get this right. So I can see the back end of my turtle, but I can see where the light is hitting the ribbon. Let's see how close together they are. So I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess right there. So I just have to hit the little arrow again to get the print. I don't have to resend it. Oh, see, I guessed a little too close. Let me show you. I wasn't sure. And again, these are the things that, practice is going to take care of it. So see, that one turtle's rushing the guy next to him. Okay? If you wanted to just do it for a way, instead of picking I want to do 2 or 5 or whatever, then you would just pick infinity. And then it would just go until you decided that was that. So one last thing I'm going to try. Oh, I got washi tape. I guess I could try that. So I got blank washi tape. And I'll just... It's enough washi tape for a lifetime. So if I was making a card or something and I wanted to add a little ribbon look, or I'm just taking out the same size as the guide I already have on there. And I've got to make sure when I pick it up, okay. So you got to make sure that washi tape is on a backing because it's sticky. So you got to make sure you take the backing up with you when you start out. And I've got a bump in mine here, but I'm going to go through that just because I'm practicing. And it really just feels like paper. I never paid attention to what washi tape is made out of, but it feels like it's just paper. Okay, so let's finish with that one. So I'm done. And let's go into the circus. And then let's go in. So in the circus, there's clip art, patterns, and templates. And these you can change to any word you want. So if you see a font that you like, you can change the words. I haven't done it yet, but I saw that they had that. So here's a little dog, and he's on a ball with a hula hoop. Oh, and the lady goes with him too. You see that? So we're just going to do one of those because that's a long one. So I'm going to hit... Oh, thought it was. There we go. Send to printer. Oh. Okay, that was just me. Sorry. It's either you see it or I see it, I guess. So that's a pretty big one. So it's taking a little longer. So it's ready to go. And again, it probably would be easier without the mat. Let me do it because the mat is pretty slippery. That and my scissors being in the way. Oh. I'm putting my little finished products up. There we go. So I want to pay attention to how much this is curling up. So I'm going to just hold that down with my scissors. And again, like everything, you got to practice. Okay, I'm going to put this in, the maker in, hit the button. The light came on. I'm going to go past that little bump I had there. Oh, it's a good thing I did because it got stuck. Okay. Oh, it hit that bump. Oh, so my print light went out, but I got to let me get past that. I had to get past that wrinkle. It was getting caught. Okay, now I'll push print. And I'm doing this live just like if you were home by yourself doing it. So there's, a little struggling going on. Okay, so I got ink here. Do you see it? I'm not quite sure why, but let me cut that off. And it may be that I need to clean it. So let me do another one. Okay, so I'm going to take this out. I'm going to clean my ink, my little pad here, just to be on the safe side, because I didn't read yet how often you need to clean it, and it may be when you have problems, but since I was kind of goofing around, I guess I need to order extras of these. So this is the little holder, and there's a slot for each side. It goes around the back. You gotta stretch it just a little bit. And I'm just gonna, and I can see, when I look at it, you can see where, when you look at the printing area, there were some cloudy places and some shiny places, so I just wiped it. So now it's all shiny. And I'm going to immediately throw that away before I get myself into trouble with that. And I would make sure I keep the holder right in the bag. Okay, so I'm going to put this away because I think we probably went longer than was necessary. So I'm going to shut it off. I believe I have to hold it to shut it off. Or does it shut off automatic? I'm going to turn this to lock. And let me get my little instructions and see if we have to push that to shut it off or it automatically shuts off. So I'll be right back. Oh, before I forget. So here's, on the wrong one again. So here's the little, it's a lady swinging on the trapeze with the dog on the ball. And he's got a little mouse balanced on his nose, and the mouse is holding an umbrella. That's pretty cute. And it's probably about 3.5 inches long. So let me just find out about shutting it off, and I'll be right back. Okay, so right inside the lid of the box, it has, heading to the wrong camera again. It has some different instructions, and the first one says that this is the button to turn it off and on. Isn't that helpful? So, guessing like most other things are, I'm just going to hold the button down for a bit. And I could hear it making a little noise, and now it's going off. And remember, you have to be in the locked position to charge it. So I'm going to go ahead and charge mine because I have no way of knowing how much charge it's got. And if I find some place that it tells me that in the settings or something, I'll let you know. Because I'll do another video. I just wanted to get you started if you're just starting like I am, and you just kind of play with it and see. But it's really nice in that if you're doing a card or anything, and you just need to add a little something more, you can do it on the card paper, or you can do it on the washi tape, or on the ribbon, or however you want to do it. And then you don't have to worry. You can make it like, well, the lettering, you can make any color that you want. And I think if it's something that's solid, unlike the bicycle, you can probably change that too. And it's just going to be a matter of playing with it. Just remember, whatever comes up on the screen. So I brought another design up, and I'm just going to do one. And when I hit send to printer, now it's telling me because the printer's off. But if this is dark in the back, it may be that it's going to print dark. So I would cancel. I would go to create. And in this case, you could get 2 rows of this one. So let's see, copy. Did I copy it? Okay, copy. Okay, now I have 2. And I'm going to mirror image it. It's a little button right there for a mirror image. So I can go ahead, and now I filled up the whole little area. Again, this can be as long as you want it to be. And if you want it to repeat and touch together like so it all looks like one, then make sure that your canvas, that's your background, is the same size as whatever your design is. So let's see if I send. So that's the shape. Now let me look at the canvas. Color, so the color says white, so this time I think I'm okay. So print. Okay, so see this time how it came up white, where last time it was black in between? So you just got to watch that. So this is going to look exactly like this picture when it prints. And if you want to do infinity, I think it's at the top right there, infinite. And that just means you can go until you decide to stop. And if you want to make any changes, you just hit the edit, brings you back here. And down at the bottom, it's got canvas, which is the background, and then the tools, which is working on whatever you've got for a design. And when you're done, I just go back to home, and I'm not going to save it. So I can save here too. And again, like I said, you may want to work from your phone. I think it's a little small for me. I'd rather use my mouse than try to touch the screen the right place. But either way, you have to print from your phone. I don't know if a tablet or an iPad works the same way or not. I haven't tried it. I know I heard them say you have to print from your phone. Okay? So I think that was it. Hope I wasn't. Sometimes I know I'm in the middle of telling you one thing and I do something else. So just try and play with it. Probably put something down so you don't make a big mess. I didn't get anything on my fingers. That's pretty good right there. And I guess I'll probably have to switch my camera back to the left because I keep holding things up on my left and the camera's really on the right. But that's just me. Okay, so thanks for... see, I'm waving the wrong one again. Thanks for joining in. I'll talk to you later. See you soon.